Well, in the event that if the warehouse is leaving Kaikohe, then I'm deeply disappointed to hear that. There seems to be a bit of confusion. Earlier today, I was told that they're likely to now stay. But look, I think if the warehouse does leave Kaikohe, then sadly they're going to appear like some sort of corporate poltergeist.
So where's the confusion come from in terms of that? Is that the chief executive?
Well, I was first alerted to it, I think, yesterday afternoon, and then chose to publicise the issue, given that it's my background up north. But look, it'll be a bleak day for Kaikohe in the event that warehouse does bail out.
Yeah. Knowing the impact it would have on that region, given you're from there, can you explain a bit about what that would mean for those people?
Well, I mean, the average whānau in Kaikohe, they buy their school uniforms, they buy their school books, they buy all the other things that you and I take for granted. It is not a particularly economically flash area, but there's a lot of heart there, there's a lot of pride in living in that particular place, and warehouse trade as being a part of the community. And the summary way in which that decision was announced, I just thought was really inept.
Are you in touch with them, and what do you want to see happen from here?
No. I've spoken twice to the chap who owns the building. I can't even think of his name. But I've not spoken to the chair lady, Joan Withers, and I've got no intention of wasting my time talking to her.
You've made some pretty cutting comments about Joan Withers in terms of the fact that she has really put herself out there as a champion of social initiatives and environmental as well. How do you think that her inability to step in this sort of situations reflects on that?
Well, she's the one who puts herself out there, and if you want to be the pin-up figure for corporate social values and corporate social license, practice what you preach. I mean, those are the expectations that us politicians have to constantly live up to. But, I mean, maybe it's a rapidly changing story, but I do hope that the warehouse see sense and continue to operate their business and don't consign Kaikohe to some zombie status just because they can't sort out what seems to be an everyday sort of commercial transaction and dispute with a property owner.
This isn't the first time that you've called out a major New Zealand company's chairman or their board. Can we be expecting more of this if more bigger companies do things like hurt the regions?
Well, I think that there's a culture in a lot of our corporates where they live their lives believing that they're not obliged to observe, whether it's Fonterra losing a lot of money, never hearing anything from the chairman, whether it's Air New Zealand. I think garden variety Kiwis are looking for a political figure to challenge them when they're not practicing what they preach. And I'm sick to death of all this corporate dross that they print about how responsible they are, and then when you look at this particular decision in Kaikohe, the way it's been handled, it's inversely related to all the waffle they pollute us with.